Hello, one and all. This is Poppy, and I've got a special guest. Special guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm a slime. Oh, wait, it's me.
Oh,
Majority.
where's my slime? Free, where's my slime? Okay, awesome. Is that a controller?
No, this is Nicholas.
Oh, wow, it lights up.
Yeah, it's called Smile Slime. You can get him
Oh,
online, and then I don't know if you like tap him and he starts changing colors, but it's a little dark out here, so it's really late for me. I'm on East Coast time, so Nicholas will be joining
yeah,
us.
dude, that's awesome. That is way cool. Did you have to get? Did you get that on Amazon, or where'd you get that from?
Play Asia.
Play Asia, of
Yeah.
course. Classic. Dude, that's what's up. So, yeah, Majority, thank you so much for joining me on this episode today. We are going to talk about basically the future of Dragon Quest, kind of our thoughts on the subject. I did talk last week about um, if Dragon Quest 2D or Dragon Quest 3 2D HD remake, it's a long title, if it's canceled or not. Um, and so we decided to talk about a little bit more, expand on the subject, and kind of talk about Dragon Quest 12 as well, and maybe kind of the future of Dragon Quest as a whole. So yeah, so let's do it. What do you think about that? It's a pretty broad subject, but what do you feel like? What's going on, bro?
what's really going on, man?
What's happening?
Where am I? No, I'm on Dragon Quest Poppy's channel where we talk all things Dragon Quest. All you Dragon Quest fans out there listening, subscribe for more slime action. We want you to fight for the cause, the Dragon Quest cause. Let me just start by
Thank you.
saying it's great to be here. I'm a fellow Dragon Quest fan slash activist. I don't know if you knew that. Uh,
Yes.
when before Dragon Quest VII was localized for 3DS, I was like in a clamor, and somebody started a petition to get Dragon Quest VII localized. I kind of copied them, and I made a petition for Dragon Quest Monsters to get localized, which never happened. But I got like 500 signatures, so you
That's a
know,
lot.
even though we never got Terry's Wonderland 3D, I was just so excited to get freaking Dragon Quest Seven. Like it was just unheard of. Like that was at a time where like the West was getting shafted out of Dragon Quest after Dragon Quest. It just felt like they didn't want to give us any on 3DS. So that was huge. And I think just
Yeah.
looking at how far we've come, we're basically aside from Dragon Quest X offline online, Square Enix has been doing their part to bring us Dragon Quest games. So I am grateful at the end of the day. With that being said, there are serious questions about where are they, and I don't think just here, in Japan too. And then I think I'd like to respond first before we get into the 12 talk about
Sure.
3 2D HD. I don't think
What's
it's
up?
done. It's weird to hear that I guess Monsters will be coming out first, but I'd like to wait and see until that happens. I don't know. Do you know if Treasures was announced before 2D HD?
Mm, I believe it was announced after, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, because let's see.
Maybe
No, yeah, it
same
was
time.
definitely it was no, it was definitely after. It was definitely after. Yeah, it was definitely after.
It
I
wasn't
could
part
be
of that
wrong. If
big
I'm wrong, let
stream.
me know, guys.
I feel like there was one big stream where they announced a whole bunch of Dragon Quest games. And
So
I feel
that
like it was in
stream,
there.
there was Keshi Keshi announced. It was 2D remake, 12, and then version 6 of Dragon Quest X online. Dragon Quest Offline was announced,
Right.
and then there was another game. You know what? You might be right. It might have been announced then
Yeah.
because there were 6 games. I remember there were 6 games that were announced, and this was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You might be right. You might be right. Maybe. I don't remember.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm glad that you also, plugged your channel. I was kind of gonna give you that spotlight either way, but thank you so much, guys. Majority's been on the channel before. If you don't remember his beautiful face, go watch that episode. I'll have it on the description, where it was our first episode with Spencer as well from RPG Archive. And yeah, these guys are big Dragon Quest fans, especially Majority. And so, yeah, bro, check them out. But we'll also, do another plug at the end of the video. So,
Yeah, yeah. I hope to get you on my channel soon too. I
let's
guess the
do it.
reason I asked that is because, like, I think that, like, especially because it was announced for a global release, that's gonna happen, and it could just be a thing of like waiting for the right time to drop it. Square Enix is funny. They put out a bunch of weirdo RPGs. Like, I can't even tell you the name of one, like Various Villagers or Octobutt Dialogue.
Something like that.
Yeah, but people like them, and I feel like they
Yeah.
don't want like Dragon Quest 3 to get like lost in the weeds or something. And I feel like it's gonna be a Nintendo Direct announcement when like
Oh,
maybe not the day of release, but like a month leading up to it. By the way, we hope you didn't forget about Dragon Quest 3 2D HD. And the only people who know about it are people like us who have watched that Japanese Dragon Quest Direct. I don't think anybody in the West knows about it. So the Dragon Quest Treasures lead up and all of that. I know that like it's considered like by some a commercial failure, but maybe even with Adventures of Dai, what is the one called?
oh, that was the sixth one.
Yeah.
That was the sixth one. So okay, so yeah, Treasures was not announced that stream. It was
Okay.
announced the following year. That was now I remember.
Okay.
Yep. 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 Can confirm. Can confirm.
I feel like
Yeah.
these will build the momentum for 3, which will also then build the momentum for 12. So like this is like a hook line sinker in my eyes.
Honestly, I think you're right. And like you said, Square Enix is a big company. They have a lot of ideas, not the best all the time. And I think they're just maybe trying to see, because the thing is, Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, they already have their place in the world. We already know Final Fantasy's huge, and then we already know Dragon Quest is huge in Japan, but not outside of Japan. And I feel like they kind of already know that, and so they already kind of stick to those realms, sort of thing. Like, but they're also trying new things. Like Octopath Traveler was a new thing a couple years ago. It seemed to stick pretty well, but I think the reason why is because Octopath Traveler is basically just old school Final Fantasy, and there's a huge desire for that kind of game, and so they're like, let's make a new Final Fantasy, Octopath Traveler, that's not Final Fantasy, and so we can keep butchering Final Fantasy. No, I'm just kidding. Making it better, more modern, sort of stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah, in terms of the Dragon Quest situation, yeah, like you said, I think it really just comes down to just trying to find a good time to release it. Because I personally think, well, I was gonna say I think it's done, at least with the 2D HD 2D HD remake.
The game
Uh,
is done.
yeah,
Okay.
I think, but I'm not 100% sure on that opinion. Um, but 12 for sure. Supposedly it's not done. Supposedly there was an article which I was kind of talking about before we recorded, that it's taking longer because of this adult theme. I don't really know what that means
Who
and
wrote the
why.
article?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I saw it on Twitter the other day, but let me I know it was a recent interview with Yuji Horii, and he mentioned that.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see if I can find it. Let's see here. Okay, well, I found it on Reddit. I don't know how. Oh, it's from Noisy Pixel. Noisypixel.net. Does that sound familiar? So, Dragon Quest 12 development facing difficulties due to targeting adult audience. Japanese outlet Denfamini Co Gamer recently published a text version of a radio interview they conducted with the creator of Dragon Quest, Yuji Horii. The interview is pretty lengthy at roughly 8 pages. Still, its notable exchange regarding the development of Dragon Quest XII, The Flames of Fate, Horii revealed that due to the game's intended targeted audience being adults, they are having unspecified issues with development. You can view the full quoted exchange below. So, I guess he just mentions it. Oh, he does also mention. I guess it will take a little while. This time we are making a game directed toward an adult audience, so we are having a lot of trouble. He laughs. There was also the coronavirus pandemic. So I guess he's blaming it on the adult theme and coronavirus.
They go hand in
So
hand.
yeah, of course. So yeah, so there we go. But yeah, what do you think about that?
There's a lot to think about that. So this
Right.
is from a couple guys at a website called Den Fam Mini or some
So
organization.
So it looks like DemFam Mini was the one, because I don't know if you knew or saw, but Yuji Horii for like Dragon Quest Day, leading up to Dragon Quest Day, he did like several radio interviews, um, and I guess that's what he said in one of those episodes.
Okay.
And so this article from Noisy Pixel is referencing that interview sort of thing, from
Okay.
what it sounds. Um, so
Yeah.
pretty credible, I'd say. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that makes sense to me. To me, it's just like, he's gonna get asked the questions about it, and like that's the business response. Oh, development has taken a little bit longer because we really wanted to focus on the adult audience, but it's running smoothly.
that's good. That's a good point.
We brought up this topic as kind of a potential like, because when this game was announced, it was literally a title screen, and that's all we've had since. And this supposed adult theme, thing that's getting gossip that's getting tossed around, but we haven't really seen anything. So like the question to me was like, is this another Metroid Prime 4?
Mm, mm.
Because Metroid Prime 4, I mean, at least we got more on this than Metroid Prime 4. But
It's
man,
true. Well, and you did. I don't know if you saw this, but a couple months ago, they actually updated the title, the title of Dragon Quest 12, where they made like there's like good pictures of it, but like they made like the flames different, and like the 12 looks a little bit different, and so it's like, a whole 2 years and we got a new title at least, but who knows what that means. Um but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know. I think, well, the thing is, I almost feel a little spoiled because I mean this year we've gotten quite a bit of Dragon Quest. I mean, we got Dragon Quest Treasures earlier this year. We're gonna get, Dai's Infinity Strash. We're gonna get Monsters, which was a surprise to everyone. Um, and so I kind of almost feel a little spoiled because I'm like, where the heck is 2D, Dragon Quest 3, 2D HD remake? Where the heck is 12? But at the same time, I don't feel like it's that unfair to ask these questions because it's like, bro, we haven't seen anything. You've promised us so much. I don't know.
With 12, I can be a bit more empathetic. I mean, 11 is a huge, huge, huge game. That was not built in a night. And I'm sure 12 won't be either. 3 is questionable. That one you can kind of be like, well, really, what is going on here? Did they see this as like a money flop? I don't know how, man. Like, if you put that thing on all platforms, people are going to buy. Like, I would buy it on multiple platforms, personally.
Dude, yeah. 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 Now, I think that's one reason Treasures didn't do well at all. I mean, they literally just had it on Switch. And to this day, I still see people saying like, "Oh, waiting for Treasures to release on PC or on this or on that." And they really need to do that. What you said, like these games need to come out on multiple platforms for more people to access them. But I don't know. We'll see. I feel like 12 for sure. For
Yeah.
sure, it'll get the 11 treatment. But I'm not, I don't. I hope they don't. Well, I don't know if this was a good thing or a bad thing for sales for 11. But you know how there's a vanilla 11 and then there's 11S. I don't want that with 12. But then again, I don't know if it was better or worse. I don't know.
11 is still to this day the best selling in the series.
Is that counting both versions?
Probably.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess it's not a bad thing if yeah. I mean, I don't know. I kind of prefer an 11S sort of version of 12. You know.
As the first
But
day edition or something, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I guess at the end of the day, I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah. We'll be playing as A1 anyway. So,
Yeah, that's for sure.
yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. And then in terms of, I totally agree with you. It's like you have to come up with something as to why 12's not ready yet. And I think that's a good sort of business answer. Like, oh yeah, adult theme and also coronavirus. He's like trying to throw
Yeah.
things, just like whatever. Um, but I wonder if it is true, why? Like, what would be so adult themed that it would take longer to develop? Is it maybe like getting like some sort of permission to do stuff? I don't know. Like,
I have the answer.
ooh,
It's has something to do with bunny girls and the Puff Puff.
ooh, ooh. I'm liking this. I'm liking this.
That's your adult themes right there. rated
Yep. I
rated
mean,
R for or what do you rate games?
I
Like
mean,
M? Rate 'em M for
I think.
violence,
Wait.
gore, and puff puff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, the puff, I could definitely see that being, you know, the reason as to why this adult theme. But
Dude,
again,
what if this is the GTA of Dragon Quest?
oh my gosh.
Why would that work? I don't know. You,
Well, GTA is crazy popular. Maybe they're trying to like, get some of that popularity into Dragon Quest or something. I do personally feel Dragon Quest 12 is going to be a big game that'll get more attention.
yeah.
And so I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm just picturing like Erdrick in the world of GTA and what kind of havoc he would cause.
Yeah. Dude, what would this even be? I mean, you're playing Dragon Quest 10 like the viewer dialogue edition.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine like a golem or a chimera coming up, and I know you don't want curses on your channel, but just being like, "Yo, son," or something, you know? It's,
I can see that.
yeah,
I'm sure they could come up with very punny, sort of like, adult themed words.
yeah.
There's got to be something.
I can't envision it. I mean, well, here's the thing. What do you think is the most adult themed Dragon Quest to this date?
It's a good question. Hmm. I mean, they're all very similar. Because the craziest thing is like the Puff Puff. Really, I mean, well, there's also really dark themes. You talk to some villagers that had their family just murdered,
Right.
and they talk about it. There's also some pretty dark things as well that, like in it, like you said, I'm playing Dragon Quest X right now, dude. I mean, spoiler, not really, because it's part of the tutorial. But if you don't want to listen to this, skip a minute ahead. I mean, the whole town gets destroyed
Yeah.
in the beginning. Like everyone dies. That's pretty crazy. Usually games don't do that. They like then everyone comes back to life eventually with something, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case here. So Dragon Quest does have some adult themes already, but I don't know. That's a good question. It's a good question. Maybe 11S just because it's the most recent. I don't know.
Because the statement by Yuji Horii is just ambiguous. Is it we're working on creating a script and a screenplay that is meant for adults? Like I would argue that like to fully grasp the narrative of the best written Dragon Quest games, you do have to have like some level of like emotional
Oh
and
yeah,
cognitive maturity and intelligence.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
And so when he says like it's taking a while because we're working on the adult themes, is that what he means? We're trying to really, hammer down on the script, make sure you can feel it. Because I've only played like 15 hours, 10 hours into 11, but I know that it is heartfelt. And that's to
Yeah,
me is like really that's when I play. That's when it's my favorite Dragon Quest games. When my heart is like tugging, you know, for these characters
yeah,
and for this world.
yeah, yeah, bro, for real. Yeah, I mean, now that you mentioned that, I mean, who knows? Maybe there's just no happy ending. I don't know. Like, no matter what fate befalls you, there's always flames in the end.
Mm,
You know?
yeah.
I
What if,
don't know.
what if like for music they brought in like heavy metal?
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
be a
Some
different
slime
direction.
doing
Yeah,
some screaming.
dude, I would love to your first slime encounter to be like a slime with the Kiss face paint.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Um, yeah, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, but I do know. I mean, it's gonna come out, and I just think this year they've jam packed the year. I mean, I don't want to say jam packed, but you know, 3.5 Dragon Quest games in 1 year is pretty good. I say half because of Dragon Quest Champions. If nobody knew about that, it's like a battle royale game that's only coming out in Japan. So, um, but yeah, I mean, it's still a Dragon Quest game nonetheless. Um, Plus, they're always constantly working on updates for like different Dragon Quest games, like Dragon Quest X Online, Dragon Quest Tact, which is a mobile game. I'm pretty sure there's another game out there, Dragon Quest wise. Maybe Walk, Dragon Quest Walk is something else they're doing that they're constantly updating. So I mean, maybe they just have their hands full. Maybe they have a lot of projects that were just they decided to release this year, and then they're saving all these goodies for the following year. And I don't know, I'm just trying to come up with excuses. That's not just it's because of the adult theme and COVID, but
Yuji Horii plays his COVID card.
he hasn't done it yet, so good on him.
Yeah. Do you have a year you expect it to be released by?
um I feel like, because from what I hear, and this is from reading articles, talking to people, blah blah blah. Supposedly, Dragon Quest 12 has already been in development for like 6 years. That Dragon Quest 11 was in development for like 5 years, if I remember correctly. So we got an extra year here. Um, so I think next year we so out of the two games we'll get Dragon Quest 3 2 remake first, and then we'll get Dragon Quest 12.
Hmm.
So I just don't know if it's going to be like 2 remake's going to come out in spring, and then 12 in the winter, or it's going to be like you get 3 in 2024 and you get 12 in 2025. So I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like next year we're at least going to get one of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of my thought. What about you?
Well, that's some new information. But I
Hmm.
see 2024 being the year of 12. If all this is coming out now, what does that leave them? Unless they decide to do the 10 offline online thing, which that one I'm not confident in getting. Maybe if like 12 breaks 10 million sales, they would consider it.
Oh, dude, that'd be
I would love
oh, that'd be
that.
sick. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you said this or somebody else said this, but I heard this somewhere. One reason they may be delaying the 2 DHD is because maybe they're going to do that treatment for all of the NES trilogy and just make it like a
Oh,
compilation.
yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I know I've talked about it only because I've had a couple people mention that, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that makes a lot of sense. Because, and again, I've brought this up before, but Yuji Horii, he did say on that stream, like, oh yeah, I want to do this treatment with 1 and 2 as well. And his team literally was like, bam, bam, bam. They're like pushing a button, an alarm. They're like, shut up, Yuji, shut up. Um, so, dude, that maybe if they did that, bro, oh my gosh, that would be incredible.
That'd be worth the wait.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yes.
No.
Yeah, yeah. I either way, I'm an advocate of like taking your time because I want a good product, not this Pokemon ish where they like rush things out and it's a half baked, you know. Although people still enjoy it, I'm not saying you have bad taste. I'm just saying, you know, I don't want that to happen to Dragon Quest. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway,
Exciting
yeah,
times ahead.
I think so. Honestly, this year is pretty good. I'm honestly happy. I really am. I'm super hyped for this year, and I really feel good about next year too. Like you said, I really really feel good. Like I feel like Dragon Quest has been getting a lot of love, and it just keeps getting more and more love. And I feel like it. You said this before, but it all really started from. I mean, I'm a newer fan, so I could be wrong, but I think it started with Smash Bros. And like you said, and it's just been kind of snowballing into a little bit more and a little bit more of attention. I think Monsters is really getting quite a bit of attention. Die is not for sure, which is fine. Although I love Die. Um, but yeah, but then after that, I really think 12 is going to be a big hitter. So, anyways,
It's
that's
been infiltrating the manga sections of my local bookstores, whether it's the monsters or the die issues, which obviously I'm not even a manga fan, but I have both.
well. Hold on, Monsters is in English.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, hold on, did I know that? I know I've seen them on sale on Amazon, but okay, that would make sense. They're on, but it is surprising that it's in your bookstore. I will say that.
I got three relevant things that I think are worth showing. This one is in English, Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater. It's like his first artworks.
Wow,
It's more
that's
Dragon
cool.
Ball esque, but it even looks kind of Like this looks
Yeah.
like the Dragon Quest dragon from the first game.
It does. Maybe it's an homage to it.
A couple issues of the
Mm.
Adventure Die. Hell yeah, represent. I did finish that volume. I just never continued with it. And then, let's go. 1 through 5. Hell yeah. And then I got Dragon Quest Monsters Plus. As you can see, this is English. In the back here, Master of Monsters. Yeah, I did a review for this one on my channel. So if your viewers need
I'll have to check that out.
something to see after,
I'll have to check that out.
hell yeah.
Dude, that's cool though. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I honestly didn't know that you could find the Monsters manga in our bookstores. That's great. So that makes me happy. But yeah, bro. So yeah, that's basically it for like my thoughts. Is there anything else you would like to add, Mr. Majority?
Buy more Dragon Quest, fans, viewers, listeners. If you don't own a Dragon Quest, well, go ahead and buy yourself one today. Support the series. Support classic RPG slime hunting. This is the origins of it, baby. You don't want to see it die. Not like you want to see these slimes die. Not like you want to just take your sword and giga slash. Right? You don't want to see them die, but you want to see die. You do.
Love it, bro. So yeah, like Majority said, I couldn't have said it better. But yeah, that's basically it for today's video. And yeah, guys, again, thank you for watching. I'm Poppy. Like and subscribe. Also check out Majority's channel. He's got his own channel, Majority. He also does a podcast with the Button Mappers. And then I know that you're like the unofficial / official like RPG archive host.
Listen, you might not get a lot of Spencer videos if I'm not there, so you know. It's all love though.
But, yeah, man. So support this guy and support Dragon Quest, like he says. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Perfect, brother.
That was awesome.